Hey everybody, welcome back to Ravenhawk Coins. And as you can see, we got something from eBay. And today is a really good day. There's a special reason why I have the gloves on. I was actually on eBay the other day looking at some different things and some ideas for something to do. And I figured, why not get a roll of unsearched Buffalo? Yes, Buffalo Soldiers. You know how we call it on my channel. Well, anyways, I went over there, and what caught my eye was a higher end, unsearched shotgun roll, crimped roll of Buffalo nickels. It had a 1916 ender in really nice condition, what I could see from just the date. And then a 1912 ender, yes, a Liberty Head, aka V nickel, 1912 ender in really, really nice condition. And if I were to get extremely lucky and find a 1912S, I would hit the jackpot with this roll. So what we're going to do is open this real quick. I didn't show the seller's information because I didn't know if they wanted me to advertise that I'd purchased something from them. But they were really prompt, I will say that. I'm really looking forward to see what's in here. So let's get this started. I'm going to take this off here real quick and open this with this X-Acto. Get that out of the way. Alrighty, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is, guys, because I don't know what's in the rest of the roll. And like I said, this was a premium roll, and I paid quite a bit for it. So I'm hoping that it was worth the gamble. And bear with me real quick while I get this open. And we will search the entire roll. That's why we have the coin scope window up so that I can show you what we find. So we're almost getting this bad boy open. I'm actually kind of surprised to see tape over the ends of this, but you know, and let's see. Alright, so this is the 1912 V-nickel. Hard to tell right there, but it does have the full Liberty. I can't tell. It doesn't look as nice as what I could tell by picture. But you know, sometimes you can make a picture look really, really nice as far as coins go. But let's see. And as advertised, we do have a 1916 on this end here. There's the Buffalo nickel. And a little bit hard to get that to adjust sometimes. There we go. Alright, so 1916 Buffalo nickel. Keeping the fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we have. So, I am going to open this roll. And we will do this one at a time, making the 1912 be the biggest mystery. So the first thing I have here is a 1916 Buffalo, and like I assumed was going to happen, it doesn't have a mint mark, but it's in really nice condition. I'm going to show you that here under the coin scope. Alright, so we have a 1916. The fields look nice. It could have a little bit more detail, but it's still not a bad looking coin at all. Show you the reverse. Has a full horn, so not too shabby. Honestly, not a bad coin. I would wish the reverse would be a little bit better condition, but not too bad at all. I'm still happy with that. So the next one up is, wow, guys, we got a V-nickel already, a 1912, and it has almost full Liberty, and so it's pretty much probably close to, between a VG8 and an F, you know, from VG8 and fine, because you can read Liberty, but that I right there is just barely almost gone. So let's see. So already a 1912. Is there a mint mark on the reverse? Because if there is, you're going to hear me freak out. And I don't see anything on there, guys. but still not too shabby. A 1912 in that condition. This is like a $3 or $4 coin right there, just for a regular 1912. And this is so far turning out to be mostly V nickels, which is kind of surprising. We have a 1910. Condition could be a little bit better. See, Liberty there is almost, you have some of Liberty, but there's quite a few scratches in the field there. And this is a 1910, rather common year. Nothing super rare to that, but very cool. I did expect this to be mostly Buffalo nickels, so this is so far turning out to be an interesting surprise. We have another, a 1911, and as you also know, Liberty heads lit nickels, aka V nickels. The only year that had the mint mark was a 1912, and so that's why it's really cool. It had the D, the Philly, the San Francisco, and Denver. All right, so here we go. We got a 1911. Nothing too special there, but still, as far as if you're trying to fill something with your holes and whatnot, these are not bad so far. But I would have thought it'd been a little bit more on the Buffalo nickel side. We have another Liberty nickel, guys. Another 1910. And this one here is, pretty much a VG8, I would say. Some Liberty letters in the Liberty are legible, 1910. So VG8 would, I don't know, let's see, that'd be about a $3 nickel. So far, we're hoping one of these turns out to be something special. We have a 1912 here, another 1912 last year, and is that? Oh, we got a mint mark, guys. It's a D. Yeah, very cool. Let's see here. 8.44 million mint mark, or minted, but very cool to get the Denver one. I wish the Liberty would be in better condition there, but still, that one is a cool find. So we did get a mint mark there. We got a 1912 Denver. All right, let's get into. Okay, so now I'm seeing some more Buffaloes finally. Let's see what we have here. Get some of these out onto the table. Next one up is a 1927. Not too shabby. And the reverse, going to see if we have a mint mark. Nope, it's a Philly. A little bit more worn on the horn, so I would have expected, honestly, a little bit better shape on that one. But it is a nice full date, but I think it could have been a little bit nicer. And a 19, what was the year on that again? A 1927, I think it was. It's a rather common year. So let's see. All right, the next one we have up. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that this is not what I was expecting as far as the Buffaloes. That looks like a 1925. And, the year is not a bad year if it has a mint mark. And it is. It's a Denver 1925D. So that is a very sought after year. But the date's pretty well worn. So even though that's something that's a nice year, you're not going to get much on that. So I'm actually still kind of shocked because the way this was, advertised was a little bit better than what I'm finding. So we're going to put that one right there. And because it doesn't have a very full, clear date, it is not worth what it would be. And we have another, now see, we got another 1925, and I can tell it's a 25, but it's missing part of the 19, the 1 and the 9. And It does look like it had a mint mark at one time, possibly, but a little bit too worn to know. So that is really rather unfortunate on that one. But you're kind of taking a crap shot, guys, when you're looking at these, and just wish it was in a little bit better condition. But still, we got another 1925. Put it right there. Next one we have in the roll is can't read the date. Let's see if we can see what we get under the scope. And that looks to be a 1928. And does it have a mint mark? We have a Denver, so it's a 1928 Denver. 6.4 million, but the condition, it's pretty well worn. It's kind of a roached coin, but as far as some of the dates that are in here, some of them are a little bit nicer, a little bit better for filling holes, but at the same time, the condition is, I would have thought would have been a little bit better. And so here we have another V-nickel. This one is an 1899. And for an 1899, I don't know all the coins offhand, but 1899 is a relatively common date. 26 million minted. But, a couple of these coins are kind of cool. Alright, so let's put this over here. Something in the 1800s. And the next one up is another, it's in the 20s. It's a 1927. And this one's a Denver. But the thing is again, condition is a little bit lacking from what I would like to see. This one is a Denver, like I said. We'll get that under the scope so you can see right there, 1927. But you want that date fully legible, and to have a full horn is important. But there's the Denver mint mark, so not too horrible, but I just thought it would have been a little bit nicer. So we have another Liberty, a V-nickel. This one here is actually a 1902. 1902 had 30-something million made. This one, the shape is, the condition's not too bad, but it's got some issues with some scratches and whatnot on it. But overall, there we go. Alright, so more Liberty Head. Now we have a 1911. Not too bad. And, that one's going to be a $3 or $4 nickel. So if I add up the value of all of these, the fact that some of these, if they were in a little bit better condition, would be more. They're averaging about $4 or $5 per most of the coins. Some of them, maybe a little bit more. Here we go. We have a 1906. So if you're doing an more entry level, like I said, and filling your book and whatnot, you would get one of these rolls and probably be a little bit more happy. I honestly thought that the way that it said, crimped, and it showed and said more of, one of his higher end Buffalo nickel rolls, that this was going to be a little bit more impressive for the money. But here we go. We have a 1926. Now this one has a really nice clear date on it, and looks pretty good so far. So we're gonna flip it over here in a second and see what we have as far as a mint mark. And for the 26, we're really hoping for an S or a D. If it's a Philly, then it's rather common. So let's see what we have. Oh, yep, see, it's a Philly. And although the date's really nice, the reverse is a little bit more worn than what, you would want to have. But still not a bad coin. Alright. What's the next one we have up? We have another one in the 20s. This is a 1921. And I don't know if it has a mint mark yet. I don't see a mint mark. And a 1921. Now that's not too bad. That is a 10 million minted. But still, it could be in a little bit better condition. It's literally, a $3, maybe $2 coin. All right, so we have about half a roll to go. This is actually becoming a little bit longer video than I thought it would be, so I apologize, guys, if you've gotten this far. Really cool. Thank you for being here and giving me all the support. We have another 1912. Oh, and it has a mint mark. Guys, if this is an S, I am going to flip out. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's a Denver. All right, so another Denver 1912 Liberty Head. And, you know, the Denvers, there was only 8.4 million. This was... So this is probably about a $10 coin, give or take. So that's not too shabby. We found a couple of those so far. All right, next one up to go. We're going to go maybe a little bit quicker. This one looks pretty old. 1924. And let's see what we got on the reverse here, if we have anything special. Nope, that is a Philly, 1924 Philly. And Philly was one of the more higher minted between the mints usually, so nothing too special about this. Looks like some interesting stuff in the E pluribus unum and whatnot going on, but a lot of post-mint damage, so that's really not worth too much. Alright, the next one up is a 1907 Liberty, aka V-Nickel. And this one, let's see. You got almost full Liberty in there, and a 1907 is rather common. Almost 40 million minted, but not too bad. You know, if you're, like I said, entry level, you wanted to fill some dates. So far, we're not doing too shabby at all on a variation of dates, and I was surprised to see as many V-Nickels in here as there are. But I would have thought the rest of these coins would have been in a little bit better shape. We got a 1924 Buffalo, and that's a Philly. So again, the condition not too great on the reverse. You can read the date, but could be a little bit nicer. So now we have a 1906, and really what you want is an 1894. Or a 1885 or 6. Holy cow! If you could find one of those, or the 1883 with cents, you're doing pretty well. Chances are probably far and slim, but you know, you just got to keep searching. And sometimes with these old rolls that have been sitting around for a long, long time, you just never know. So we have another 1912. Going to see if there's a mint mark. There's no mint mark. But the condition, it's got a full Liberty. Not too bad. You know, it'll still only be about a $3 or $4 nickel. But as far as what I paid for the roll, it's definitely with a couple of the 1912 finds, you know, that have the mint mark, a little bit nicer as far as being able to, if I want to sell one or two of those, I could probably get a little bit back, but I would have still, like I said, wanted these to be in a little bit better condition just because of the way it was advertised. Now we have a 1905. This one's nothing special. Don't see much at Liberty, so this is barely a G4, and not worth that much. Alright, so then we have another Liberty Ed V-Nickel. It's a 1902. I really like the reverse of this one. This one, I like the toning and everything of it. But the front, the Liberty has too much worn to really make it much anything over a V8. You know, a VG8. I said a V8. I could have had a V8. A VG8. So let's see here. Another one in 1911. Not too shabby. Then we have an 1899. Excuse me, everybody. Wow, I am really sorry about that. All right. Next item up. Holy, holy cow, guys. We have a 1920 Buffalo. It is just a filly. Not going to be anything too extraordinary, I believe. But let me double check. Yeah, the 1920 filly, you're looking at 63 million minted. So, honestly, all right, guys, I'm sorry about that. Please bear with me there for a second. All right. And the way that this filming system works is I can't stop it in the middle of coughing, so I do apologize. That one is a filly. The year on this Buffalo nickel is a 1926. A lot of common, and I didn't expect anything over the top, but I honestly still thought I was going to get something a little bit more interesting. So we got another 1912 Denver. So a lot of the ones with, the Denver mint mark, which is, that's cool, but and like I said, I would be very, very lucky to have gotten a 1912 San Francisco. So this one has a Denver mint mark, and it is a 1928. And I'm pretty sure the 1928 Denver is not going to be anything too over the top special. Yeah. Unless it was in super good condition, which is pretty much a lot of these coins. A lot of people hoarded a lot of these coins. So that's why sometimes you find them the way we do in unsearched, lots and whatnot. Alright, so we're almost done with this, guys, and I cannot believe how long this video has turned out to be. We have another one with a mint mark, and it looks like a Denver 1912. So we have another 1912. So I'm going to say that, honestly, and this one's in decent enough condition, this 1912 Denver would be somewhere in between. Let's see here. A VF20. So 1912. This one is actually close to a VF20. Let me see what the back looks like. Because on the VF20 to EF40, Liberty Sharp, corn grains at the bottom of the wreath are visible. So I can't see that. So it's definitely not in the EF category by any means. But the Liberty, yeah, see, no, the Liberty's not bold. That's the thing I missed on that. So actually, this is between probably an F12 to close to VF. But so at an F12, not too bad. A $10 nickel. Got a little excited there for a second. Sometimes you need to read the way that a coin is graded in its category, because sometimes very small details mean the world in its value. We have another 1912 Denver, and that one probably about a $6-7 winner. So, alrighty. What is the next one up? We have a 1920s Buffalo. I can't read the last date, so I don't have any idea what that one is. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do overall with this. You never know. So we're still keeping our fingers crossed. This one's a 1912 Philly, and these are very, very common. Probably a $2.50 coin, so $2.50 roughly. Another 1912, and this is a Philly again. Same thing, about the same condition, so I'm not going to show that again. Then we have another 1920s Buffalo. This one's a 1928, and it is a San Francisco, so not too bad. Let's see if there's anything special about the 1928 San Francisco. And no, not really. It's a rather well, 6.9 million minted, but as far as value, the value's kind of low on them, but still nice to find one with a mint mark. I wish the date was more legible and the horn was more legible. All right, so we're almost to the ender. We have a 1920 Philly, and I'm pretty sure the 1920 really nothing special. Yeah, like I thought, there's 60 million plus of those made, and it is a Philly. So we have two more coins to look at. Wait, I think that's the ender. Yep. Okay, so we have a 1902 on the Liberty, and again, nothing too super special. This one's super common date as far as the amount of them made was 31 million, so this has a pretty high mintage. And so the one that caught my eye and was the chance that I was taking on the roll is this one right here. I haven't looked at both sides. I did flip it, but I didn't look down at it. I want to look at it under the scope with you guys to see if this turns out being a gem or if it's just a wah, wah, wah. Now, condition-wise, this is really nice. You can see Liberty is very bold, including the L, and that would definitely put this coin in the VF20 category, and depending on what the reverse is like, it'll tell us a couple things. If we did really well or if we just got a common one, and oh man, no mint mark, and just a 1912. Now the condition is not too bad, guys. I mean, I would actually say that's a VF20 and keep it about that. And a 1912 that is a VF20. You're looking at about a $12 to $15 coin. Overall, the roll, would definitely, if you parted these off, piece by piece, it would pay for itself. It's just something that I kind of wish would have turned out a little bit better. But hey, you are taking a gamble when you do this, and but it's a lot of fun. So, like always, guys, if you want to correspond, it's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721-296, Norman, Oklahoma 73070. Make sure to take care of each other. Ravenhawk Coins. Have a great day.